This edition of MacVoices is brought to you by Take Control Books, the answers you need now from leading experts. Learn more and download yours at takecontrolbooks.com. Hi, I'm Chuck Joyner. This is MacVoices at CES in Las Vegas. I'm in the Henge Docks booth talking to CEO Matthew about all the cool stuff that they're showing here. Some very nice looking docks, Matthew.
Excellent. Thank you very much. We're super excited to be here. We have our line of vertical docking stations here, as well as some other new products that we're really excited about.
Yeah, these are the kind of things that I wouldn't be embarrassed to have sitting in an office. I mean, it almost looks like you're putting my machines on display.
That's a secondary result of the docking procedure. So our vertical docks display the Mac vertically, as the name implies, and enables you to dock your computer with all of your accessories, your monitors, the external displays, anything else you have attached to your desk all in one move. And you just pull it up and you're on the go again. So it just smooths out the whole process and reduces user friction quite a bit.
That's one of the things that always concerns me about any docks is how much wear and tear they put on my connectors. Because let's face it, they do have a life, you know, of some kind. It may be long, but it's still a life.
Well, a couple of things that make our docks really great about that is that because we're able to center around the computer and you drop it in vertically, we have a lot more alignment, I guess, certainty than your typical horizontal docks do. Our horizontal docks, which we'll probably talk about a little bit later here, use a 4-point positioning system and sensors to make sure that nothing's misaligned. So it prevents binding of the ports, and that's something that we're chiefly interested in.
Yeah, because I've seen things that got really ugly, especially when you have to do it manually. That's a problem.
Well, and something else Apple's done to help everybody out, they changed the way the computers are constructed. When the unibodies first came out, the plugs actually floated on the motherboard, and the motherboard floated inside the chassis. And that was prone to misalignment to the outside, but all of the Retinas and the MacBook Airs now have the ports sort of solidly attached to the outside, so the risk of misalignment is almost none on the new versions.
Now, judging by what the stack I see here, it looks like you've got Henge docks for just about every model.
Yeah, the one we're really excited about is the Retina docks here. Of course, those enable dual monitor outputs. There's some ways to do it with the MacBook Airs, but this will do dual Thunderbolt bolts natively right in the dock. And we also have a metal version out for this as well. And that's something that people have been asking us for a long time. We wanted to do it, but the manufacturing technology just wasn't quite there to do it, let's say, in a cost-effective manner. Machining these things out of billet is like a G a piece, so we had to find out something that was more cost-effective than a $1,000 docking station.
Yeah, that's not going to work, I don't think, real well. So one of the things, though, that happens when you do something like this, it looks great, but I lose my ports. Do you give me my ports back?
Yes, so on the Retina docks, you get all the ports that are on the right side of the computer. Really the only port that you're losing is the HDMI from the top, which becomes the top of the computer. And then if you're running any sort of monitor with a splitter, you can run the USB connectors into that and hub it off in any way you like. So basically you're getting all of the ports out that you would have normally.
Very nice, very nice. So it really is kind of a no compromises thing that just looks nice, and we all know that the MacBooks run fine with the lid closed. So
yeah, and if you're looking for maybe beyond no compromises and looking for some extra features, the horizontal dock is an excellent example of port expansion, and that has 13 ports on the back of it, as well as a software pack and firmware that run on it that really help, again, reduce user friction. So it's designed to help you go from on the go to at a desktop setup with no interruption. It's fully automated, automatic docking and undocking, and adds security features as well. And like I said, there's 13 ports on the back there, including some that are no longer on the MacBooks, like the Kensington lock ports, and things like Ethernet, USB 3s, and dual audio ports, and I mean, you name it, it's all back there.
So, and from what I've seen, it looks like you just said fully automated. So this is not something that I, put in place and then have to squeeze together.
No, it does all of the squeezing for you. It's got a pair of sensors that registers when the MacBook is in place, and that also makes sure the MacBook is not misaligned, so you don't have any port binding or anything like that. And then the firmware is fully customizable and updatable too. So depending on if you're an IT administrator or you work in education, you have a computer lab, you can actually secure all of the docks with a common password. Or if you're simply working in an enterprise environment, if your screensaver's running or your computer's off or asleep, you can make it so that your computer cannot be undocked, so it prevents walk-off theft and things like that, and prevents people from messing with your stuff, which is always nice.
Absolutely. Now, again, these look so nice, and it sounds like they even add some functionality. What kind of price points do we have for them?
Well, our products range in price for the vertical docks. For the MacBook Airs, they start at $55. And then for the full loaded Retina metal dock, which we have right here, those are $119. And those metal docks will be out at the end of halfway through Q1 this year.
How about the horizontal dock?
The horizontal docks are starting between $250 and $350. The final price points have not been set for that, but we were taking pre-orders on our site. But we have a little bit of we've expanded some features and shook up some of the available options on them, so we're adjusting the price points accordingly, hopefully down.
I got to tell you, when you said the price of this, I'm kind of surprised, because that's not, I would have expected more, honestly.
The reason that we're able to offer these at such a low price point is for the Thunderbolt integration and the MagSafe integrations, we're actually locking the customer's existing connections in place. It's temporary, you can remove them if you want, but it's all passive, so that really helps keep the docks simple, and we're relying on our software pack to pick up the functionality. Now, horizontal docks are an entirely different animal, and they're aimed at a much more, I guess, prosumer professional market.
Well, the price but the security options, and it's just a different environment.
Yeah, for an IT administrator, you lose one MacBook, you can save, or you can buy 10 docks for that price. So it really helps keep everything organized and keep everything in place.
So where do folks go if they're interested in these and want to pick one up?
Our website, hengedocks.com, like StonehengedOcks.com. Or you can just type in MacBook docking stations, and we're the #1 search result there too. So
how'd that happen?
Yeah, I don't know. It helps to be doing something right, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, it's great to see you. Thanks so much. Nice products. Nice products.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot for coming by.
Folks, I'm Chuck Joyner. This is MacVoices, and we are at CES in Las Vegas. Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
Visit MacVoices.com for links, show notes, to subscribe, to connect with Chuck on Twitter, app.net, Google+, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Subscribe to our weekly newsletter, the MacVoices Dispatch, to stay up to date with all the latest MacVoices news from our front page or at MacVoices.com/newsletter. Advertising and sponsorships handled by Backbeat Media at BackbeatMedia.com.